Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Country Cuz Show today, and I'm gonna do something different. I've had great success making some cornbread, and I'm using a cast iron skillet in the stove over there. I got it heating up right now on 350 degrees. But my ingredients, this is gonna be my mixing bowl right here, and my ingredients, I'm gonna use one whole box of this Jiffy mix right here, and we'll go ahead and dump it in for you while my bowl's mixing, or while my cast iron skillet's getting hot. I'm sorry. But anyway, I got a box of Jiffy mix mixed in there, and then I'm gonna take some of the baking powder. And I'm going to put just two, get some of it mixed up, but I'm going to put two small, I don't know if you call them teaspoons or tablespoons, I think they're tablespoons. But I'm going to put 2 spoonfuls of baking powder in here, and then I'm going to take some regular old Lily White self-rising buttermilk cornbread mix, and I'm going to put it in here because it's white, as you can see, and the Jiffy mix is the yellow. So anyway, we got that mixed up right there, and I'm just going to dry whisk it to stir these. They got lumps in them. I don't know what the deal is with the lumps that's in the cornmeal mix, but they got lumps in it, and I'm going to just about use a whole stick of butter, but I'm going to split it up and put some. To start with, I'm going to grease the pan with it over there, and we'll take you over there and show you that process. It's an old cast iron skillet that I seasoned out on an open fire a couple of weeks ago. I done made one batch of cornbread in it, and it turned out great. And I'm using this as my same recipe. Alright, I've got 2 eggs, and I'm debating on whether I'm going to use 2 or 3 eggs. I've been using 2. I've seen a lady on here using 3, so she had great success. I'm walking around here to get my knife, and I got one somewhere, and the butter's, I got it out of the freezer, so I know it's going to be froze, but that's right. I'm going to throw it on that cast iron skillet over there, and it'll melt down pretty doggone quick, I'm sure. I made a mistake, tried to melt some the other day in the microwave, and it melted it, but my goodness, it went to popping and splattering and jumping around, and I had to clean the microwave. Whew, that butter was hard. All right, now I'm gonna cut the camera off a second, swing y'all around over to the stove, so stand by and we'll talk about skillet seasoning up and getting it ready to go. Okay, I'm back. I got a little bit of a glare, not too much, but anyway, I've got my frying pan in there, and I got my oven on. It ain't reached the full potential temperature yet, but I'm gonna put my butter in there, and now I need to go get a fork. My golly, I should have had it over there, but I didn't. But anyway, you take your butter and you grease the pan completely, and whenever it gets melted down and the pan's hot, see how I'm greasing the sides? I definitely want to grease the sides, because when my cornbread gets ready, I want it to pop out of that oven. I mean, I wanted to pop out of this old cast iron pan easy. But anyway, we got the butter in there, and boy, that thing, it's a heavy pan. But anyway, I'm gonna put my pot. Yeah, the whole thing gets hot. But anyway, I got the pan back in the oven, and I got it set on 350 now. I've been cooking it on 400, but for about 22 to 25 minutes. But I've seen a recipe today that I liked. A lady on YouTube had, and she said cut the stove down to 350, cook it about 40 minutes, and it gets bouncy and browner. So I'm gonna give that a try today. So anyway, I'm gonna cut it off, and we're gonna swing back around here, and by golly, we're gonna go ahead and start getting the eggs ready to beat up them. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna go ahead and check on my skillet. I want to see how the butter is melted. And boy, that skillet, and boy, that handle's hot. I'm pouring it up into this bowl, and I had a hump that I put in there to save. I'm gonna get it back out if I can, and I'm gonna put it right back in the skillet to be melting. There we go. All right. So what we got here is our butter melted, and I'm gonna swing you around here, and we're gonna put our wet ingredients in now. I've got the wet ingredients. Woo! Let me get down here where we can see it. All right, that's what we got. All right, I got some hen bullets. I got 2 eggs right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and crack them and put them in. So we got 1 egg in. Crack another egg. Woo! We got 2 eggs in. Alright. And I get my whisk and break them eggs up and get them broke up right there. Alright, we got the eggs in our mix, and my best ingredients that I can tell you that I enjoy putting on there is right here. Buttermilk. You can't make this, folks, without buttermilk. So I'm gonna add some buttermilk in with my eggs, and this is gonna be a good butter. See how the buttermilk kind of clabbers up. I'm gonna go ahead and start pouring this wet mix in right here. Oh man, yeah. Look at here. Alright, pull that pan back over there. That's what we got. I'm gonna start mixing it up now. If it feels like when I'm mixing it, or after I get it mixed up, if it's too soupy, I'll just add some more cornmeal from my little white bag. But if it's too dry, I'll just add some more buttermilk. So that way, and I can tell I'm gonna have to use some more buttermilk. But I got a good bit of butter in that thing, and then we're gonna run the butter around that pan again. Alright, mix it up. Now, I'm not gonna make you stand here watching me mix it, but I'm adding a little bit more buttermilk. You know, buttermilk's kind of thick anyway, but if you're gonna use sweet milk, you can use it, but if you want a good flavor, go ahead and throw you about 2 of these little spoons. I reckon that's a teaspoon of vinegar in there with it. At least that's what I've heard. We ain't had no trouble getting buttermilk around here. We go to town and get buttermilk. So, but right now, we are having a hard time getting eggs. I don't know about how the egg deal is where y'all at, but man, we can't hardly find no eggs around here. Them eggs I got, I didn't order them brown eggs, but I don't really care what color they are. But I ordered the Eggland Best from Walmart, the big white eggs, but they didn't have them. They just had them brown ones, and they asked me if I'd take the substitute, and I said yeah, because the egg's an egg. All come from an old chicken, I think. Alright, there's what we got, people, right here. We got a good mix up. Now, let me turn around here to the stove. Okay, I'm going to go ahead now and take my skillet out. Ooh, I went and got my welding gloves. That's what I do most of my cooking with, my welding gloves. But remember that piece of butter I saved over here? This butter's real butter that's salted. But what I do, that pan's super hot, but I like to go around it. I got plenty of butter in the bottom, but I want to grease these sides one more time, and run it around this skillet one more time. There we go. I just want to make sure, guaranteed, we don't get no cornbread sticking to the bottom of my skillet. When I get through cooking, should be able to kind of wipe that skillet out with a good old clean cloth rag and it be pretty and shiny and clean. All right, only thing I got to do now is put that mix in, and that skillet's hot, people. Very hot. So I'm gonna hold that up. I want to get it good and even everywhere. I ain't ever been much good at this. Usually my wife helps me do the pouring up and all, but we're gonna get this batter, this corn mix in there, and then after I get it in there, I'm gonna get a pan a little shaking around to get all the air bubbles out of it. And I'm gonna have to take my glove off to hold that bowl. I done see that. I couldn't hardly do that with the glove. This pan ain't hot. When I'm worried about this big old skillet right here. And that thing will burn you. Trust me, it's very hot. Well, it's 350 degrees. I preheated it before I put this up there. Alright, I'm gonna give her a shake. Mix it down. Give it a good mixing and shaking. And then I'm gonna put it right back in there. You can already see, and the skillet is starting to cook, people. Look at that. Alright, now I got another darn phone call. This is another one of them darn scammers from India, I bet. We ain't gonna answer. I'm gonna check, make sure it ain't somebody I need to talk to, and it ain't. But anyway, we'll come back now. The next step here, I hope we have the stove cleaned off, and we'll have some cornbread, people. Guaranteed you. Oh, okay, everybody. It's been about 42, 43 minutes there, and I just took the cornbread right here out of the oven, and whoo, that pan's still hot. What we have here is some melted butter, and then this here is some good old bee honey, and I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze a little honey in this hot melted butter. Yeah, and boy, it don't come out. Alright, that might be enough. Let's see. Bit of mix. Oh yeah, there we go. And what I'm gonna do, whew, that bowl's hot too where I melted it in it. Anyway, we got a honey and butter melted up, and I'm gonna put this on that hot cornbread. And boy, look at that pretty glaze we're getting, and that shine on top. Look like we're waxing it up, don't it? And I want to get this honey and good old salted butter mixed down in that cornbread. I'm just going to go ahead and sop it on good. I like a lot of butter on my cornbread. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to eat my cornbread. I'm going to eat mine like a cereal, and my wife, she's going to eat hers dry. But I'm going to take me a bowl, and I'm going to crunch me up a bunch and put a bowl of, not buttermilk today, but sweet milk. But sometimes I do like a bowl of cornbread and buttermilk, but with this honey and butter on top deal, I just want to make it and put it in some sweet milk. I just can't wait to get into it, and I'm not even going to let it cool off. Everybody says, oh, don't cut it before it cools off. I can't tell you about all that, but I'm fixing to cut it right here. And I mean, I just have took it out of the oven. I would not dare touch this skillet because I'd be screaming. Let me go ahead and get me a spatula, because I don't have one of them fancy cutting knives, but I'm going to take this bowl right here, and I'm going to put me some cornbread in it and some milk. And the way I cut my cornbread and my pizza, I'll just take this spatula and go across it one time. Look at that. I mean, and this spatula, it's got, woo, that's hot. It's got a cutting edge on it too. So I can just run it like that. And I do cut pizza with this spatula. I got one of them fancy pizza cutting tools, but guess what? It don't work good as this old spatula of mine. This spatula right here, I think I'm gonna use a fork to get this first piece out, but I'm gonna show y'all. Look here. And I'm gonna go around there and see if that's in the camera. And I'm gonna zoom in on it for you. There we go. I want to show you. Look how good and fluffy and bouncy and look. It just cuts. Of course, it's still hot, but it just cuts off so pretty. Look at that. And boy, I tell you what. Now, I'm gonna save me a little piece on this spatula. I'm gonna do a taste test if I can get some. Woo, it's hot, man. Ooh, I tell you what. People. If you like this, if you like good Southern style cornbread, keep that recipe right there. I guarantee you, we fixing to eat. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll edit out whatever took the longest to deal with on doing the video. I probably could have actually cooked it about 5 more minutes to get it a little more crunchy, but you know what? I'm hungry, and it's 6 o'clock, and I'm gonna get me some cornbread and some milk, and in a minute I'll dump the whole pan of cornbread over into a pan to keep for later. But then I just rinse it off with water while it's still hot and dry, and I won't lose none of my seasoning on my skillet there. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great week, and I hope y'all like some cornbread out there. But that was country style Southern cornbread. And like I said, I'm gonna put some sweet milk in it. There we have it, right there, people. Man, and that crust around the edge of that pan, that's my favorite part. And see, I got my cornbread in my little bowl that I eat my milk and cereal or whatever in, but that's my favorite bowl. And I'm fixing to put some sweet milk in there, and I'm fixing to go pig out. Hope to see y'all later. Have a great week, people.